Hello, Breeze Tea family. Welcome back. We are back with another recipe. This recipe is going to be a Tuscan stuffed chicken with the Tuscan sauce on top of it as well. And this is a super easy recipe. So be sure to go ahead and stay tuned. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your significant other, anybody that you want to see make this. I would love to see you guys recreate this. But as always, we're going to start our pan off with some hot olive oil. I wanted to get the stuffing for the chicken done first. So I'm going in with some grape cherry tomatoes. If you want, you can use sun-dried tomatoes. I'm personally not a fan of those, but that's okay. Next, you're going to go in and add some of your spinach. That is going to cook down. And of course, I would say about 1 cup of spinach. And yes, it's going to look like a lot. We go over this all the time, but we all know spinach is very much that girl. And it will shrink. It's going to do it every single time. So you're going to go ahead and mix those up. This is probably about 2 minutes in. Add some garlic. And you're going to also add some salt and pepper because, we like our stuff to have a little bit of flavor up in there. I would say probably a half a teaspoon of each. Mix that up until it's nice and done. And this is what we're going to be putting inside of the cream cheese and for stuffing the chicken. Once it's done, it kind of looks like this. And I went ahead and set it to the side and allowed it to cool while I started to season my chicken. When you cut your chicken, I found that it's easiest to kind of like cut towards the top a little bit. You're going to go ahead and cut in the middle. It's going to look like this. Try not to cut all the way through the back of the chicken because you're going to want to make this pocket just like that into where the stuffing can go into. Not too small though because you do want to get it in there without it pushing back. So you're going to see me go ahead and cut the rest of my chicken. And once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and start with our seasonings. As always, the seasonings will be listed below. And if you haven't, like I said, comment, like, share this, whatever you like, whomever you would like. Seasonings will be listed below. Half a teaspoon of each seasoning. I would say this is garlic salt, garlic powder, pepper, salt, paprika. I'm going to also, inside of the chicken, I'm going to season that as well. So you want to make sure it's seasoned in the inside, seasoned in the outside, on the front, on the back. If you want to, you can rub it into your chicken. I like to do that as well. But here you'll see me go ahead and season it in the inside as well, just to make sure that it's really nice and flavorful. And this is basically what it looks like. Very well seasoned. Like we want this to taste good. So that's what we're going to do. And here I am like, oh, dang, I forgot the paprika. But I got it in there, and that's all that matters. So inside of a bowl, while that's chilling to the side and kind of marinating with that seasoning on there, you see I tried to throw that cream cheese in there. It did not work. I put in some cream cheese and our spinach mixture, some mozzarella cheese. I went in with some salt and some pepper. After that, I went ahead and smashed it. It's going to be best to use some like room temperature cream cheese because it was a little hard for me, you know what I'm saying? But I had to flip the camera, set it up because that other angle was not working. But here you can see me being able to like mix it in really well and incorporate those flavors. The tomatoes are kind of like smashing into it, which I really loved. You want to make sure that cream cheese is like all not clumped up or anything too. Here I am adding it into the pocket of that chicken. You're going to want to see how I push it in there and kind of close it. You're going to make sure it's nice and tight so that way when it's cooking and you need to flip it or anything, it's not going to just fall out. Take it from me. It might fall out, but no hard feelings. Try to push it in as hard as you can to that back area and just make sure that it's all good. Oh, yeah. And make sure you set half of your cream cheese to the side. I only set half of it. Used half of it for this pocket part. We're going to use the rest of it later. So do not contaminate yours. Just sit half to the side once you do that. And then from there, go ahead and stuff your chicken. So this is what it looks like before we go ahead and get it into the pan. So we're going to go ahead and take some olive oil, heat that, then put some butter in the pan as well. Do not try this at home because if you burn yourself, you're not finna blame it on Breeze Tea. That's not how we coming. Let that melt down. Go ahead and add it in there very gently, just to be sure that it can all stay inside. You see how I'm doing it real gentle, but you see it's getting nice and crisp on the bottom. You have a nice high, I'll say medium high temperature. I don't really cook a lot of things on high, y'all, because it's not worth it. It's just going to burn the food, and that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that. Do you see that? Do you see that crust on there? And also, take it from me, use a spatula, y'all. Because y'all gonna be looking like me if y'all do it like this. Because you're squeezing the chicken. I'm sitting there like, dang, why not just... Okay, anyway. But yeah, I flipped the other one with a spatula. Put it in the oven for the next 15 minutes. And I came out to do the sauce. So you're going to take the chicken, set it aside. And you're going to use that same pan with all the chicken juice, all the chicken grease, all the seasonings that you cooked in. Add some butter. After you add your butter, you're going to go ahead and pour your heavy whipping cream in. Also, I'll let that chicken cook, I'll say, y'all, probably 5 minutes on each side. But then I'm like, dang, do y'all see that big old piece of spinach? I'm like, was that some collard greens or something? Like, that piece of spinach was huge. I know we're getting back to the sauce. So, yeah. And like I said, this is where it comes in handy for the extra block and mixture of cream cheese. You're going to add it to your heavy whipping cream. And this is basically going to be like your cheese. So I didn't add any cheese to this. I let it cook down. This sauce probably took the 10 minutes that it took for my chicken to cool and rest. And yes, you should let your chicken rest. So you can have some juicy chicken breast. We don't do that dry stuff over here. And this also gave the tomatoes time to kind of cook through a little bit so they weren't as like crunchy and like hard. They were more soft when you put them in your mouth. We're going to go ahead and make sure that that cream cheese block and mixture is all together. And here I am. Why did I clean that spatula if I was just going to go back in with it? You know, don't judge me because here I am doing it again. But, you know, that's just how I work in my kitchen. Let it boil. You want it to be a nice thick consistency, kind of looking like this once your spinach is cooked down. And this is what the stuffed chicken looks like when you pull it out of the oven. It looks very good, very yummy. After that 15 minutes, gave it a nice little brown on top of it. And you're just going to take your sauce after it cools for like 2 to 3 minutes and pour it on after. After you do that, let that sauce sit there, y'all. Let it sit there. Let them juices get to juicing. Make sure you pour all of your sauce. And after that, you can go ahead and take your nice little picture. Tag Breeze Heat on Instagram, Chef Breeze Heat on TikTok. If you would like to DM it anywhere else, you can do that as well. I just want y'all to go ahead and post this recipe. If you make it, I would love to see it. But thanks, guys, once again for tuning in for another recipe. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Peace out. We're going to see y'all next time.